Hi wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about the Christian faith, health, money and lifestyle. So I know we are currently in a season of just our whole world has changed and it will never be the same again, and the shock of how the world can change within a space of a week, where we had normal life, going to the shops, going to job, going to church, doing what we're doing, and then all of a sudden lockdown comes into place, a virus comes and destroys our whole sense of normality. But this video is more focusing on a lot of people, and I'm really sorry if this is probably your experience, that you might have lost your job, you might be in a season of uncertainty. A lot of people who are self-employed, for example, in the UK, for example, is a bit, the area is quite grey in terms of what people can do, what they can claim. People can't get anything. We're currently in April or so. People can't get anything till July. People are losing their businesses. People are losing their income, everything they've known. And I just want to say, I'm really sorry if you're actually currently going through this season. But I want to go through a few things to help, that will help in this time, in a time of uncertainty, in a time of job losses, in a time of loss of income. There are a few things that we can do that can help ease the pressure. So first things first, number one, hold up, take a breath. Just take a breath, honestly. Take a breath and just say, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, because even the Bible says tomorrow's not promised, so we genuinely actually don't know. But for what I know is, worry does not add an inch to our height, to our stresses, to our problems. So it takes away from having faith in God when you're in a season of uncertainty. So take a breath and don't panic. That's the first thing you should do. So the second thing we need to do is, these are practical tips that I'm going to be giving you to help in this season. You need to determine what your essential costs are, your living costs. The government has introduced maybe mortgage breaks and loans that are available, but the key is identify what are the essential costs that you have. Things like rent, mortgage, gas and electric bills, food, council tax. Write all of these things down. These are essential costs, so you know what you're working with, i.e. let's do a budget. Let's write down what we can do to help ease the pressure. Sometimes when you have things all before you, you can see where you can move on next. So write everything down and identify and determine your essential cost. That's number two. Number three, it's time to trim the fat. So, to be honest, the lockdown has caused us to trim a lot of fat. Going out to eat, going to restaurants, going to the theatre, going to the movies, going to events, going out, partying, whatever it is that you do on a week-to-week basis. This season has caused us to maybe take a step back. So besides that, we need to trim the fats, like really trim the fats. So anything that's not essential has to go. Your Netflix might need to go. Your Spotify might have to go. What else do people have? Apple Music has to go. These small subscriptions that people have, they do add up. Other things like gym memberships, season to cancel because nothing's guaranteed. Getting takeaways, got to go. You gotta learn how to cook. You need to cut the fat and trim. And even if you still have your job, but there's a level of uncertainty, this is the time to get your things in check, get your money in check, so you have some leverage and you build up on your savings before anything happens. Because if a business is at risk of closing down because maybe their suppliers have not been able to open, or they've had to shut down, or one of their core customers have had to back down and say, sorry, I can't work with you anymore, which could put your job in jeopardy, it's time to now really reflect. So the fourth thing we can do is look for ways we can save more money with what we do have. So for example, cooking at home will save you money. Meal planning, so you don't waste food, that will save money. Buying one rank below your usual brands that you buy, because some people are so brand loyal that they've never tried any other version of the same product. And funny enough, a lot of these products are made in the same factory and on the same day, just put into different boxes. Other ways to save money is to, for example, eat less processed food, because the more convenient something is, the more expensive it is. If you wanted rice and curry, for example, if you buy it packaged, you'll probably spend £2.50. If you buy the individual ingredients, you can make a portion for 10 people for the same amount of money. So these are the things to maybe take into consideration. And another thing is to not buy things on the whim. Don't just go to the shop, you never plan for it, and then you decide I'm going to buy it. When money is on, when your job is uncertain, you potentially might lose your job, nothing's secured, you don't have time for that. So don't just buy things. Don't just go around the corner to the shop that's open just to buy a chocolate bar when it's not necessary. So these are a few things we can do to help save money. Another way to save money in this season is to contact your suppliers. For example, for gas and electric, within the space of 2 to 3 days that I spent time contacting my suppliers, I've managed to save £600. I saved money on changing my phone contract, changing my gas and electric supplier, and changing my internet provider, and just making a swap and a switch with just these 3 providers. I was able to save £600. So just find ways of saving money. And so finally, something else that you could do when it comes to being in a season of uncertainty and possible job loss is it's time to build some new skills. Some people went to university and spent a ridiculous amount on a degree. Now is the time to maybe do an online course, going on Udemy, Skillshare, getting an Audible subscription, doing something, finding a course that relates to something you are interested in to build up your skills so that you can generate more income, especially if you're at home in this time. So I pray that in this season you find peace, and I pray that God helps you in this season. So I just want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and put that notification button on because we post every week. God bless you. Bye.